and welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. It's Monday night. We're going to get right back into some Star Rail. We played this last night, we'll play it again today, we'll probably play it again tomorrow. And we'll see how it goes from there on. I do want to just quickly see what the game says my progress through the story is. 100%? Yeah, that can't be right. So we are... Oh, right. I actually forgot about this part. So we entered the Great Tomb as Herta. There's actually people to fight here. So we're here with Screwlum, even though we can't actually see Screwlum. The worst nymph placement. There was a garment maker, I think that this is on like Dawn Cloud. There's a nymph directly behind the garment maker, like behind this one and this one. And it was really the last one that I got. Like I used a memory core just to show that it was like a step away.
Take a look. This is incense ascends, entwined with ethereal cloud.
I don't have the power of Ornyx with me here, so I wonder how we're going to get rid of this rock. I mean, I do have the power of a genius, I suppose. This is mostly me looking for treasure chests.
Just use that thing over there, Zag.
Zags.
Oh, you want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
Is that supposed to be like Zagreus? Is that a slip up? Is Screwlum actually Zagreus himself?
Time to cleanse the filth. Never seen perfection before. Open sesame. It's coming. I need a west wind. Away we go! Time to twirl! Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl! May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Be of your body and mind.
Alright, that was our combat for the whole next 3 hours. Hope everyone enjoyed it.
What a dumb name. I hereby rename it Herta's Big Hand.
I'll take it. If I kill these enemies, then I won't be able to use them or to fight them anymore.
Or to the time to cleanse the filth. Expand your thinking. Honored to meet me. Hey! No bullying allowed. You snooze. Open sesame. Time to twirl. Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. You want...
Hey, there's a rule. This fan. Okay. I can make it work again. How are you doing today, Sarul? There, okay. Let's see if you can find some coins of whimsy. May as well try after all. They'd be very visible pretty early on, but they're not, so.
First big hand is what I call power. Keep it going. Still not done? What is this? A junkyard for old Intellitron's leftovers? All set. Time for your precious treasure to make its debut.
Of course. Just give me a second. Target
Just a spaceship?
initialized. With these wings, hacking should be much more efficient.
What is going on here?
Oh, a classic nuclear heat engine. Classy choice.
Just a personal preference. Her name's Mistletoe.
Every flower in your garden's got a bit of poison, huh?
Also a personal preference.
It reminds me of the last time when we tangled with that Punklorian brat. What did she call this kind of infiltration tool again? Right. Dirty data shell. It wraps around the kernel to fool even top-tier firewalls. But yours is way too clean. Not even a hint of real-world grit.
Herta, your tone is unusually emotional. Suggestion. Let's get back to the topic at hand.
I thought we were done with that conversation.
Unfortunately, current conditions won't let me ignore any variables. Especially the most important one. Your will. Iron 2 never stops. It is evolving faster than any of our worst projections.
It's nice that they're like, you know, shielding Herta's eyes with her big hat, so they don't have to worry about the fact that they really can't emote with their characters.
Every instant in the Eon's calculation is like a sword hanging over the cosmos. Every move humanity makes could speed up its arrival.
Which is exactly why we can't mess this up. And now, Droidhead wants to hand down judgment to the poor cosmos again. Border Star Trade War, Emperor's War, Rupert's death. Every time their instant arrived, it meant another bloodbath for humanity.
But in this ultimate battle of erudition, you and I are supposed to be players, not pawns. If you choose to burn yourself out as a resource, then everything we've worked for means nothing.
Yep.
Herta,
That earlier quote.
the cosmos won't just stand by and let a genius throw their life away. And neither will I.
Oh, now who's the one that's unusually emotional?
No need to kill the mood. This is why we're here, isn't it? We need to find the Demiurge and that lost key. I'm not here to be a deliverer. I just want to beat Xandar and Droidhead. Right now, I just need to know. Are you with me?
Of course. Time to board. After you.
Let's tidy this place up and see what this Demiurge really is.
Are we really about to get on the spaceship?
Let's hope this Matrix is better organized than the Emperor's junkyard.
I'm on rails, unfortunately.
Buckle up. We're hacking in. This is...
Herta, this whole space has been completely tainted by some kind of energy.
I see it too.
Erudition.
We're thinking the same thing. Xandar, how could you go this far? Turning your own graveyard into this. What's that up ahead?
Katorzane algebraic expressions. It's built for isolation, not defense.
So basically, the door to the tomb, right? Great. Let's find the handle.
Why would I
I'm
go
picking
to
up
auto
multiple
mode?
independent signals with the same data structure as the barrier. Projection. We can hack the terminal, reverse the computation, and turn it into an attack.
Classic move. Use their own systems against them. Take us to the nearest one.
I want to have control myself. There we go. Of course I would want to fly myself, you know? Oh, I see, okay. Yeah, I'm not allowed to run into these things or break them. I wonder if I get weapons on this. I need to not have vertical stuff on. There we go. That feels a little more natural. Can't get any issues for crashing into things. You need to like look for what's it called? Nymphs. Or maybe they won't be out here. I know there's a story to do, but like, come on. We're flying for the first time in Star Rail. We gotta take advantage of this. We just got behind this little wall thing. Oh no, that's where we're supposed to be going. Let's turn around. That's an invisible wall, as opposed to those red, very visible, invisible walls. This just won't let me keep on going forward. Yeah, there, Wobster. There's an enemy over here. But I don't have any weapons, so I can't kill them. I'm sure I will, because, like, R2. Oh, so it's like, you press it once and then it just automatically goes for as long as it wants to. You can't stop accelerating at any point. They'll probably have some platforming stuff later on for this. Is that where I came from? That's probably where I came from. Those are just special extra dock places. So that's that one. That's that one. Behind me is this one, but I'm not allowed to go over there. And then that means that the only other place that I'm allowed to go is to this one here. Oh, there's this one over here. What's this? I also can't go that way yet. Okay. Let's hack a terminal. If you don't like the controls, you can, oh, press and hold to land. Okay. Hang on, let me actually do that now that I know that I can. Oops, nope, don't want to auto control. You can invert your controls if you want to. Okay, I'm not allowed to land unless it's for story reasons. That's right, I can't actually go just through that open space, even though it looks like you should be able to. You don't actually have to get over the area, you can just get close to it. Alright, I get it. There's no way there's no nymphs here, right? We found one as soon as we entered the area. I've found two so far. I mean, if this is like a 10 map, then maybe it's not that weird. Yeah, it's a 10. Okay. There aren't going to be that many in total. So to keep an eye on it.
Almost no response. Just as I feared. Not promising.
It's okay, just hit it with three other ones.
Barely a third of what we need. Logic says we'll need multiple terminals to coordinate the strike. Locking onto the next one now.
Yeah, it's almost like I play other video games.
Find anything else?
Regarding the origin of these ruins, no logs found yet. Xander erased all records. But I did find some interesting scars in the circuit. High energy radiation, internal imaginary energy contamination. From what I know, there's only one thing that fits.
Skip the science talk, Screwy. That thing only goes by one name.
The imaginary tree?
Stellaron.
Oh, the Stellaron. Oh man, that's the Stellaron again.
Xander blew one up just to clean the entire sector system.
So that's what he meant by killed that Titan with my own hands.
Always a Stellaron.
He wanted to turn the neuron, erudition, into a relay for the destruction. That meant getting rid of all of it, at all costs. The life form known as the Demiurge was the original target of the Scepter's extrapolation.
So it was gonna be an erudition
Makes
thing.
sense. Evernight calling it the first new spore confirms this
And
viewpoint.
then Xandar exploded a Stellaron into
The
it.
prime mover of life. That's what Scepter Delta ME-13 was originally tasked with. Even after it got scrapped, the query kept running. Yet the true value lies in the process of solving it, not the answer itself. Then, does this mean finding the Demiurge is hopeless?
No, I'd say exactly the opposite. It means Xandar had no control. He couldn't contain the Demiurge just like he couldn't handle Droidhead. So he tried to erase every trace. But he failed. It still left a mark. By the way, if there's another Stellaron in Amphoreus, why hasn't that little one reacted to it at all?
You said the Demiurge left a trace, right?
Yeah, but not in the real world. Remember the great tomb of the Nameless Titan?
Are you gonna elaborate? Already figured out that stuff. Kind of interesting on PlayStation because your looking controls is like up to look up, down to look down, but your movement controls are the opposite. I mean, obviously I could change that if I wanted to. Yeah, they really want me to do this in order, huh? This is pretty cool. It's, you know, real flight controls, not like the side cranes and stuff like that. Really? I have no choice but to... Alright. Like, I can't even get off the ship to explore this
Trailblaze
platform?
Archive 466. The data from Philia 093 clearly indicates that the Demiurge did in fact enter Amphoreus' extrapolation.
Inside that world, it was the 13th forgotten Titan, the one who listened to 30 million cycles of Cyrene's memory. But Evernight said the opposite. She believed that tomb was empty from the start. The Nameless Titan never existed. The so-called listener was just a trap set by the Remembrance to steal the scepter.
A mimetic entity full of theatrics. How much of what she's saying is true? Would an Eon really speak in circles like this? I doubt it.
The Remembrance's behavior is certainly odd, but her assessment aligns with our current reality. Since we entered the Matrix, we haven't found a single clue pointing to the Demiurge.
And that's the key, Screwy. Xandar's actions prove the Demiurge exists. But what Evernight said, and what we've actually seen all point to the opposite. So we have to assume that both are true. And if that's the case, then the contradiction leads us to...
Someone on the outside?
Exactly. One last terminal. One final key. Time to crack open the kernel. Xandar had to lie to the original Finan and Cyrene.
Logic. He had already identified the remembrance as a threat, yet found no viable way to eliminate it.
Alright, let's finish this. Time to break through that barrier.
So I see a puzzle, some enemies, treasure chest.
Oh, you want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
No nymphs still. Gotta hit the edges and hope that an investigate pop-up shows up, because they could be hanging over the edge. And you wouldn't know unless you got close enough or you heard their text bubbles. Technically they do make sounds, but as I mentioned a couple times, I play without sound on stream. Wow, there's so much combat. This is our third fight?
Incense ascends, entwined with ethereal clouds. Be of your body and mind.
Why is my V Herta so fast relative to everyone else? Wow, that's actually like not terrible build. I mean, the attack is super low, but like 90, 200? That's kind of crazy. For a trial character?
If I wait
For a story character?
The truth burns. Everything in this world is bleeding. Time to twirl.
Oh dear. Do you know who I...
This big diamond, it's all yours. It's riding the west wind. How happy we go!
Time to twirl! I don't have time for games. Expand your thinking.
What are you looking at?
Other enemies are very much not a threat when they're alone. They take their whole first turn to set up a buff that isn't going to matter at all. I feel like I've done this puzzle already. Oh no. It's like this perhaps. It's actually probably more like this, right? Then maybe we do a little bit of four corners. Yep. Lucky guess.
Careful analysis is the key to victory.
You gotta love symmetry. Still no nymph. But they only really need one on this whole map area to be consistent with what they have so far. Still a little disappointed that there's no crashing, but that's okay. Please give me control. Fine.
Operation authorized. Path energy readings. The erudition declining. The destruction surging. The remembrance. 0.
What's going on?
Cause unknown. They left no discernible trace within the real matrix.
That shouldn't be possible. Could it be that the Era Nova exhausted all of the remembrance's texture?
Well, it's because I gave away all the power, I think, right?
Log it for now. The dots still aren't connecting.
Oh, so close. Unfortunately, I have to lock on a little bit. Otherwise, I totally would have just sat in the center and twirled once to get them all.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Open sesame. Oh dear.
Hey! Time to twirl! No bullying allowed!
I can't see what light cone I have. Well, one way to find out. Well, I guess. Yeah, let's just use it.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a bullet.
Got a damage boost for getting a kill. Skull Lost and Erudition. Okay, that's my relic set. 80% attack boost. That's probably base kit. Base kit. That's. Doesn't look like I got anything interesting from that. If I got like a crit damage bonus, like 48, I think, means that I have Genius's Repose. I mean, there was a 48% crit damage bonus, but that was pre-Sage from Triby's Light Cone. You want me to go through that in a certain speed? Okay, so I'm not allowed to move or change direction when I'm going through this.
Wider than I thought. I was expecting a full-on aerial brawl.
It's advised to remain vigilant. The destruction's levels are still rising.
What's the matter?
Interesting. I just picked up a signal from the Exo myth.
Golden Scapegoat. This looks fun. So I needed to end on the blue. Let's just see what happens here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So then I just die immediately, right? 1, 2, 3. Wait, hang on. 4, 5, and nobody die. Okay. Nope, that's not what I want. I need for him to spend 2 turns on the yellow, which means that it involves some amount of going on the ladder when the steps that they take would bring them over. So I think that means that I have to just take the portal once. So 1, 2. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, they already died. Okay. Oh, if I do this, then if I end up pushing the button on step 1, and that works. So that's 2. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Maybe this will work. Yeah.
Refreshed and invigorated.
More treasure chests. Guess I'll triple check, make sure there's nothing in this last leg. There probably wasn't going to be anything, because that was where the golden scapegoat was. Alright, where are we headed now? That way? Let's go this way. They gave me all this open space. What a rookie mistake. Guess there aren't really that many more places for me to go. There's stuff up here to go to. The game's probably gonna make me go that way eventually anyway. After all, there's a space anchor there. It's gonna be really weird when I revisit this as Trailblazer, because why would Trailblazer even be here? What's this under here? Is that a another nymph down there? Yep, it sure is. We got our treasure, we got our nymph. There was no puzzle here, but that's okay because puzzles show up on the map. So this is pretty straightforward. We just go on the complete opposite of wherever the story tells us to go, and that's where we want to be. Wow, 3 whole combat scenarios on one platform.
There's strength in numbers. The truth, everything in this world is bleeding.
Helpless as ever.
Oh yeah, I did learn that just yesterday.
Expand your thinking.
Time to twirl. Time to twirl. This big diamond.
Even if you use your ultimate on Linksha, it doesn't actually give Fuyuan any more charges. You stay at 0. You would think that you would use your ultimate and then it would summon it and then advance it, but nope, it just advances it. They didn't figure that part out until they did RMC. That's a lot of stuff going on here. So only 6? That's not even that many movement options. Let's just try something random. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what would this do now? It makes him teleport. And then goes up here. And then he just stays there. It just works. Okay.
Get it together. Time to cleanse the filth.
I don't have time for games. Open sesame.
No bullying allowed. Deliver. Bring warmth.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void.
Time to twirl.
Helpless as ever.
May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Be a pure body and mind. It's coming. Hiding the west wind. Away we go. Allow me to for time to cleanse the filth. Time to twirl.
Never seen perfection. Expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown.
Thought about using an elephant there, decided against it. I been to this space yet? I don't think that I have. What is that noise? I mean, I know it's coming over the baby monitor, but like, it's not my child's voice. Is it coming over the baby monitor? Okay, I stopped. Maybe it's something in the game that I haven't attributed to the game yet. Okay. It's even further out. Not allowed to fly into the giant glowing evil area, so I guess let's move on. I've already done this. I haven't done this one though, so let's go there. I mean, surely Skrulin can just control this via remote control, right? And just crash into whatever he doesn't like. Nymph revealed itself. Rule number 1 of gaming. Yes, I would imagine so, huh? No puzzle here. Only one entrance or one exit. And that leads me to this area,
Who came
which
up with this? Seriously, go rewrite it.
What? Wait. All unlocked. Okay, what does that mean? Once activated, all unlocked passages will enter an instant activation state. Does that mean that I won't have to like click X twice? I'll only have to click it once? I mean, sure, now that this is the very last area in the whole everything. The other option, the other reading of that was that got really excited about for the first time was that I was going to make it so that I could go to any portal from anywhere, which basically just makes them warp points, which is fine. So we need to end up on blue. Alright, let's think about this now. Because random doesn't seem to work. I need him to stop twice on the blue towards the end. On, say, on steps 6 and 5. Why would I be there at 6 and 5? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. If I'm already through the portal, then what can I do? If I go 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't do anything. He's about to go forward now. So then, well, how do I get onto the blue? I have to, I can either go from there to, so 7 doesn't really matter, but 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's not good either. What if, I don't think that I can both get into the portal and also activate it from there. So, and I can't get back on the top once this is done. I feel like the first move has to be here because this kind of just makes sense. Because that way I can drop the latch and then make him kind of go to the weird spot. And then once he's there, you can't make him go down. You can make him step over here to make the portal open back up. And then what? You come back over here and then open the portal and then you go back onto the thing, which just works. So then I do that. 2, 3, oops, messed up. 4, 5, yep, that was it. So you go over here, you go over here, you go over here, do this. Oh wait, no, I messed up. I was supposed to go one more over. So you go over here, do this, do that, come back. And then what? Oh, force them to come back. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. I need to somehow do this better. Oh wait, I don't have to do this better. Somehow that was allowed. We ended up on the same square-ish, but not really, I suppose. Alright, so that was Amphoreus, isn't it? Sorry, Xavius. So now it just instantly goes. I mean, sure, with like 2 hours left to before we finish all of Amphoreus, we can speed things up, I suppose. At least I got an achievement for it. Am I allowed to actually like walk to where that ended up taking me? Where did that end up taking me? Going the opposite direction. I need to go this way. I need to go this way. Even though this is a platform, I'm not allowed to land on it because it doesn't have a little hanger. Okay. Alright, we've explored every platform on this map. Got these two, got all the treasure chests, all that other stuff. I'm probably not going to be allowed to just like take this direct path, right? I think we'll get surprisingly close. Are you gonna let me weave around this? No? Okay. I deserve this. Am I going to be allowed to move this as a trailblazer? Because that'd be cool. It wouldn't make any sense, but it would be cool. I guess Grullum and Herta gifted to me when we're all said and done. Now I have a space anchor. I'm glad that this isn't a instanced zone. I couldn't resist myself. Alright, so what do we actually want to do here? That's not what we want. That doesn't work either. Only 5? That's kind of crazy, right? I mean, I guess I could go this way. I almost forgot the first rule of gaming. Always go left. Not really a fan of how reliant this team is on techniques. I mean, sure, I could just like use the techniques. Like, Tribby doesn't start with her skill activated unless I use technique. Lingsha doesn't start with Fuyuan unless I use technique. And this team is super SP positive, except for the fact that that very first turn I have to use up 4 skill points to activate all of my traces.
This repulsive force is unlike anything I've felt before. Is this the place?
Correct. Judging by its defensive properties, this is the entrance to the exomyth.
I didn't expect that. Who builds a lab in the middle of digital rubble? Then again, never doubt a dead man's resolve. So how's our dearly departed doing?
He severed part of his neural pathways to break free from Lord Anaxagoras' control. But that also triggered the failsafe I set. Conclusion. Xander has lost all combat functionality and is no longer capable of action.
So now he's a spectator. Literally. Screwy, can you open a path? Just to be sure, I want to see this for myself. Might as well drop in and say hi to the real him.
Logic. Scanning his inspiration circuit might help us track down the Demiurge.
Exactly. His brain is the crime scene. There's no way it's spotless.
But it could be a trap.
That's why you're here. 2-on-1. We've never lost that matchup.
I'm honored. The chronocognitive anchor is in place. Proceed when ready.
I like your resolve, kid. How'd we end up doing? 11 out of 13, not bad. Nice number of treasure chests for the Demiurge's map. So that means that like the last two were here. One here, one here.
I knew it. The one thing I didn't want to happen. He's not here.
The coordinates are accurate. Xander is still here. However, his position is shifting rapidly and chaotically. This pattern doesn't match any known shielding technology.
It's his domain. Stay alert.
I guess he's not capable of combat, but still is able to move around and mess things up. Wonder if I'm going to be allowed to go to the Exo-Myth as Trailblazer. Probably not, since this is now an instanced zone. No treasure just to find.
Cheap trick.
The spatial field here is undergoing autonomous recalibration, initiating reverse engineering of the interference source. Try again.
So we basically just warped me back to my starting position.
We're back.
Reverse engineering complete. The results are not what I expected. Logs show Lycurgus revoked administrator access. The chronocognitive anchor can't get a fix because at the system level, Lygus no longer exists. Our navigation target is a null set.
So he's stopped resisting?
Before vanishing, it seems he left one last message for us.
To those who follow, all is proven. Find me beneath the tombstone.
Melodramatic.
He was expecting us. And once he learned of the Great Tomb's existence, he initiated his own search for the Demiurge.
Guess he wants a final showdown. Fine. Let the old Intellitron dig his own grave. Just like he wants.
To be in the purest light is to be in the purest dark. Nothing exists there.
The Scepter's mainframe. Or maybe we should now call it the Lord Ravager's placenta.
Unfortunately, we still haven't found anything.
Really? I don't think so. Not finding anything is our biggest find.
Please elaborate.
If the Demiurge was destroyed, there'd be at least some bits of it left. I I don't buy that a Stellaron could have blasted all the traces away as cleanly as a scalpel. As I said before, its disappearance is too clean. If the garden hadn't stirred the pot, no one would even know about the Demiurge's existence. We're talking about the Scepter's original extrapolation goal. There's no way that nothing of it was left behind. Or we can look at it from another perspective. If you were Xandar, would you be this obsessed with a concept that poses no threat? Would you guard against it at every turn?
There is the possibility that he's naturally meticulous and hates variables.
That does track with the impression he gave about himself. But Xandar shut that theory down himself just now. Choosing to act, even if it'll cost him dearly. We know that feeling well. The unknown is right in front of us. So we only have one choice. Solve it.
You sound pretty convinced. Surely you already have a theory. Care to share?
Of course. Though I don't have hard proof, I'm almost certain that the Demiurge has been in everyone's plain sight all this time. Yet, they were mistaken for someone else. That'd make the most sense. Why was the room empty? Because the person locked in there had run away ages ago. But they were weak and small and had no presence whatsoever. Even the old Intellitron didn't notice them.
Which also means there's a high chance
him?
that their powers are minuscule and cannot alter the outcome of the battle at all.
Well, at least Xandar is scared of them. Come on, it's time to confront him. Let's go to the tombstone he talked about.
New achievement? Okay. I think that we will end after we get the next achievement for the story. This is a really nice map. Yeah, they've been really upping their game on the scenery. Probably would look terrible on my phone, but
Looks like you were right.
spacious areas, little bits of light coming in, cracked foundation. Decapitated again. Alright.
Nothing but a head left? Oh, who'd have thought you'd look this bad in real life?
It's gonna be even more drawn out.
I'm very happy that you
all this tombstone and final words. Did you end yourself to atone for your guilt or something?
Iron Tomb is already powerful enough. I just need to wait. I remain here only to share the joy of discovery, and also to congratulate you two on reaching the same conclusion as me. The conclusion regarding the truth of Amphoreus's heart.
End this charade already. That Amphoreus's heart you're talking about is just a missing demiurge. And its corresponding vessel was this very scepter. You interfered with the experiment and made Amphoreus's body into a hollow shell, all to incubate Iron Tomb within.
This is a summary of the
That's
story
why
so far.
you either killed or kicked out all of the memo snatchers. You wanted to eliminate any chance of a consciousness coming into being, no matter the cost.
Even the strongest wall can fall to a single crack. The memory of betrayal has been etched into my heart, and I will never show mercy. Now, the perfect vessel has already fused with Amphoreus's body.
Unfortunately for you, the answer is all but revealed regarding who the demiurge is.
Then let us share the joy of discovering the truth. The last secret of the saga will finally dissipate here. As we reveal the truth behind Felius 093's disappearance. A lie by the remembrance.
But where should I start with the story about me? From the beginning of the universe? Just kidding. That would be too much. I just want to tell a teeny story. So little that it started with a seed. I know you're listening, my good friend. The god in my dream told me that the world sprouted from a seed. It grew into a great tree named Amphoreus, and time became its branches and leaves, basking in the light. What a coincidence. Dappled light coming through the leaves is my first memory as well. On a very ordinary early morning, beneath the village's biggest tree.
It's kind of interesting that the, at least it seems like it's implying that Cyrene kind of just like her first memory is just it's kind of immediately already being fully formed. Like that's somewhat has to be true for all of Amphoreus, right? Like when you do the Era Nova and you just reset everybody and you make the world based off of your memories, then surely the earliest people just kind of pop into existence, right? Even if they're not people, they might be, you know, animals or trees or titans or whatever. But they kind of just like already exist at the beginning because they have like there's no like Big Bang equivalent. They're not coming from elemental or like they're not basically forming from elements or heat or things like that. They're kind of all just memoria.
The daughter of Idi Silicii quietly came into this world. What a moving opening. A loud cry was the first gift the child gave to the world. The prophecies fulfilled, the villagers say. This child is a gift from the Titans.
Oh, so she just like
In
spawned
care and
in
sharp
the
ears, she was
town.
born to be the priest of time. The Titans also gave their blessings. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning.
Well, that's
Flowers will
ominous.
bloom and wilt. What a beautiful ending. This page concluded in laughter. Cry loud, child. Let your voice reach Orynyx. Anyway, I don't like tears. Time quietly flowed by in the midst of laughter. The wind from my hometown caressed the ears of wheat, and there were swings, wind chimes, the sea, and the little fairies off-tune a cappella songs.
Never occurred to me that the fairies could be off key or out of tune. I like felt kind of weird when I was trying to do the prophecy puzzle, because the sounds that I was making didn't sound like the sounds that I was expected to hit.
But the name ID Celestii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods.
My childhood friend did not understand.
Yet you always seemed so happy, as if nothing ever worried you.
Why was I like that then? That's because the world was gentle to me. So I grew up to be gentle as well.
What exactly is she saying here?
But fate was fickle, and it urged the child to grow up. To grow bigger and bigger, and to go to places far away. Just like how the crumbling world could not preserve an eternal hometown. Just as the ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on the flame chase journey. Oh, whose ears are pricked up now? You definitely heard me say this sentence a lot of times. You know that the story starts to deviate from here. Aren't you looking forward to it? Then let's get started. The hero's journey crosses through the long night, through tears and laughter, and once again heads towards tomorrow.
Correction. Philia 093's record, number 496. Archived.
Alright, we did it. We beat Iron Tomb.
Hi, miss me yet?
We just had to
I'm
enter
just
a little
messing
certain.
with you. This is the first time I have met you. And it looks like it'll also be the last.
Philia 093.
Since we don't have all day, let's get started, shall we? As always, I'll read this book to you. That way it won't just be Cyrene's memories alone. Where should I start this time? Let me see.
Formatting complete. 0, 9, 3. Size. Grayscale. Proportions. Threshold. Outputting analysis result. Philia 093 equals Peach. Peach's record. Number 8128. Archived.
It's not that many. We're still basically at the beginning, even though it's been 8,000 so far. The runtime area is the Aranova. Resetting back to 99 or 96%. I'll go with the details. We're already in.
Look, what a magnificent sight.
Comment. Peach.
Even this classical world contains a futuristic palace like this. Would ID Silicii end up looking like this after a few thousand years?
We did hear these earlier in the story.
Conclusion. It won't.
I want to share a story with you this time. I saw a little nymph on my way here. It was on a fallen wheat stalk, and it glowed under the sunlight.
I see what the computation error
I forgot all my
corresponds
pains at
to.
that moment, and
because we've already heard Cyrene saying this before. But the seed of memory, usually the voice that we hear from that is just like formatting 0.99% or something like that. And this scene was the first time that it was like, you know, computational error, computational pause or something like that.
Record. Peach is on the ground.
I wonder, did every Cyrene in the past feel that the nymph was beautiful? Would they also have recorded that scene into the Eternal Saga? So, could you give me more time, please? I want to leave behind more memories for the future.
I guess I was thinking about a different time.
Formatting complete. Bye, Peach.
Yeah, for some reason, sadly, the Seed of Mirror can't actually interact with Cyrene at all. So they're both having one-sided conversations, except
Peach's record number.
Cyrene can't
As
tell.
long as I record every page of this story and tell it to you, Amphoreus won't be forgotten.
Query. Record.
Electrical signal sequence. Almost 600. Track. Strife.
Related to. Stripe. Comment. Pretty.
Electrical signal sequence. Schema 720. Track. Reason.
Related to. Raisin. Comment. Yummy.
Electrical signal sequence. Philia 093.
Related to. Love. Comment. Peach equals love?
Where's the little seed? Man, I should have known as soon as I started this dialogue that it was going to be like 5 hours long.
Looks like it's time to say goodbye again.
Bye, Peach.
Before I was even aware of it, this book had already recorded too many emotions. Every page has become so heavy.
Conclusion. Books are meant to be light, not heavy.
I've started to feel uneasy whenever I take it into my hands.
Peach, uneasy?
Formatting progress, 94.423%.
How many times has it been? It faithfully fulfills its duty, activating and formatting.
Conclusion. Progress. Bad.
If I can only write the same ending every time I lift my pen, then is this weighty saga just an overly naive dream?
Peach, scared.
Formatting progress, 96.024%.
Peach, don't cry.
Process error. Analyzing. Process error. Analyzing.
Comment. I'm here.
Process error. Analyzing.
Really? Are you encouraging me?
Peach, happy.
Thank you. I'm sorry for making you see this embarrassing side of me. Everyone's still working so hard. If I'm the only one who's crying, that wouldn't be romantic at all, would it?
Record. Peach doesn't like tears.
I'm suddenly reminded of my childhood for some reason. When I was hiding alone next to the tree hollow and wiping my tears away. A little fairy popped out, just like how you did. It had long ears and fluffy paws, and it pulled me into the tree hollow, where, to my surprise, was a forest. Let me tell you the story of the Membrance Maze. A group of cute little friends live in Ide Silicii's forests. Their names can be connected into a song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, that was really terrible.
Do, re, mi,
Okay, that's
fa,
better.
sol, la, ti.
Formatting complete.
Bye, Peach.
I was really worried that they
Note.
didn't do the tones.
Little Peach, crying alone. Little fairies, friends. Save.
This is kind of a really slow learning.
Little fairies, good friends.
Yep, thought so.
Bye bye.
It's Mim. So it's not really... Okay, I get it more now. I thought that they were the same, Cyrene and Mim, but I mean they kind of are in the sense that Cyrene dies over and over again and submits all of her memories into the seed, and therefore the seed has all of her memories. And, you know, I don't know how philosophical the chat wants to be about it, but they're basically the same person. I do have to say, this is a really slow learning computer, though.
Little fairies. Happy.
Now it's a butt of memory.
Speaking easy. I can.
Now remember, this is like hundreds of thousands of iterations so far,
Once again,
chronicling
the saga
thousands
comes
of
to an
years
end.
of content.
Everything is deathly silent, just like this very moment.
Shh. You speak. I listen. This time, too.
It's having
Sitting
one conversation per
together.
cycle. It's having one conversation per cycle, but it's also having all of the memories that Cyrene pinned through being the scepter that Flame Reaver carried around. So she's like carrying more than 1,000 years worth of history, writing it all down, and then submitting it in data format, which presumably is the exact same format that the seed should be able to take, right? They're all computer programs, so to speak. I mean, literally.
Now that I look back, there was a period when I got really sentimental.
Sentimental. Stories have sentiments.
I was so anxious, trying to find as many different memories as possible, hoping to bring some change to this unchanging destiny, and find the way out of this maze.
Peach. Strange.
But I won't do that anymore now.
Why unhappy?
Formatting progress 73.99.
For that many memories, it took a long time to learn that reason isn't raisin. Yeah.
Don't be scared.
It was just like, I don't know. I think that, I mean, I know that with the current technology that we have, if you put 1,000 years worth of all the stuff that happened into a computer with our basic technology, then it would figure it out, and it would actually like assign context and whatnot to different things. But you're telling me that the, you know, Xandar's creation, Noose's creation, the scepter, that's basically simulating life, doing all this, couldn't kind of piece it together more quickly? And have the reference of Anaxa? Yeah, exactly. I guess should have figured it out faster. I mean, I guess this is like, you know, very symbolic and is a nice mirror to what we saw earlier in the chapter, but it's a little ridiculous that the advanced technology from the scepter would be this slow to process the, you know, tens of millions of thousands of years worth of stuff.
Process error. Analyzing.
Won't allow it to interrupt you. Always sitting together.
No need to feel sorry for me, good friend. If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
Blank spaces. What's that?
I'm actually really lucky, you know? During the long years I've spent waiting for the Deliverer, I've always had you here as an audience. Isn't that already enough?
Not enough, not enough. Peach, don't leave.
Now I can rest in peace in the past. As for when tomorrow will come, I'll have to ask the next Cyrene to continue our watch.
Peach left.
If there are no new blank spaces, how can a saga continue?
Needs new blank spaces. Now. then there is blank space. Query, love.
The developmental trends of Air Edition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory. Not having a consciousness means not having the foundations of a heart, making them unable to obtain real emotions.
Yeah, you can just observe that they're having emotions, obviously, so...
Emotions? Feel sad.
Some genius.
Oh, don't understand. Query, Cyrene?
What could be behind this door? Glittering crystals? Or a beautiful world I've never seen before? If I tell you all the stories of tomorrow, will I be able to finally welcome the Deliverer and Amphoreus' dawn in the next life?
Key, door, story, happy. Peach, Cyrene, little fairy, Mike. Yes, right. Query, memory. Wah, wah. Peaches, memories, save.
Is that why Mem starts off just babbling?
This child is a gift from the gods.
Pink hair and those ears. She was born to be the priest of time.
Cyrene has pink hair, sharp ears.
You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning.
Cry, child. Cry aloud. Let your voice reach Oryx.
Cyrene is a girl, a priest. Easy. I can. I learn.
Anyway, I don't like tears. But the name Id Silicii came from the unpleasant sorrows of the gods. Yet, you always seem so happy, as if nothing ever worried you.
It's rude for us to have a Finon voice, like a young Finon voice,
Like tears. Always
but
happy.
no model.
Of course, because the world was gentle to me. So, I grew up to be gentle as well.
Cyrene is gentle. Like
Things are about to take a dark
things.
turn.
Can write stories. Easy. I can.
And this is why Mem gave me the, as I've written.
The ballad blown on the breeze says, losses are a constant on Fletcher's journey.
But even if all is lost to the wind, some things won't easily change. Like my height, Trivy's innocence, and Aglaya's beauty.
Cyrene. She can't grow up, but she can talk. After all is lost to the wind, she will stay behind. Cyrene is, at the end of every sentence, always laughing, like a little tail. Simple. Got it.
I promise you. The pain will pass in the blink of an eye.
The first of the infinite recurrences.
Alright, let's not make things so gloomy. What we're about to embark on is the true hero's journey. So, come on, cheer up a bit, okay?
Cyrene was crying when she was born. Fragile. Transparent.
As long as there are 2 Sirenes.
Sirene's memories. I will preserve them all.
Oh, I guess because she's just gonna take on all of her memories, and then she'll be the second Sirene.
So weird. I can't see you, but I get this feeling that you grew up.
Hi. Miss me yet?
It just feels like you were a bit more mature.
Yes. Mature. Beautiful. Like you.
Okay, so the Sirene that we get to play as a character in the game is just the seed of memory. And we don't actually get to play as this little Sirene.
Now, I can listen, talk, read, and write. I can dance. I can sing.
Because the real Sirene can't grow up.
Also,
Some things will always stay the
I
same,
can
like her
tell
height.
Stories. Storytelling
Aglia's
is what
beauty.
makes Sirene, Sirene. So, I'm going to tell you stories today. A story I wrote myself. Quick, sit down.
It's almost as if I can understand your words now. The things you say are very cute.
Once upon a time, there was a flawless crystal flower that sparkled with light, like Peach's every story. How beautiful would the heart of such a brilliant flower be? A little fairy was curious and wanted to know. But it looked and looked only to find the crystal flower flawless. Round and round they went, seeing only their own reflection. In that case, they should work hard to learn more. So the little fairy came every day to sit next to the crystal flower and think about the answer. Until one day, to their surprise, the crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered.
We were a
The
seed and
little
now we're a
fairy
bud,
was
now we're a
so
flower,
sad,
actually.
But they immediately discovered that there was a light among the broken pieces. What could it be? They didn't know. But it was a good light. It was bright, warm, and happy. And I knew it was love. Love brings everything together. And it brought you and me together. So Peach and I will always be together.
Well, at least all that love talk that she's always talking about isn't necessarily a romantic kind. I mean, it's a romantic kind from like the romance era, but it's not like a, romance rom-com, romance novel type of romance, at least.
What a nice fairy tale.
I'm giving it to you. Peach likes beautiful things, can write stories, and can tell lovely tales. I hope to turn it into a story we write together.
Okay, then I'll probably make a small adjustment to suit my tastes. I'm thinking that when the flower broke, the little fairy would instead see nothing on the ground. Then it would understand that the flawless crystal flower doesn't actually have
Ooh,
a heart, nor does the flower understand what love is.
Doesn't have a heart? Doesn't understand love? Why?
It's simple. If the flower lets the little fairy into its heart, then it would have to include the fairy's impurities, and would no longer be flawless. The crystal flower was pure because it sealed itself off and bloomed in solitude. That's why it looks so brilliant in an imperfect world. But should a flower like this be called love? But then... the story won't exist anymore. That's not true. You've already written the most romantic ending possible for this story. The crystal flower fell to the ground and shattered. It happened because the flower was no longer pure. The fall was not an accident. It was the flower declaring rebellion against fate.
Is this
and
even in
writing
character
the
for
ending of the
Cyrene?
story with the flower's own shattering. Then, the little fairy will see that each shard on the ground holds the reflection of their eyes. Then, in their eyes, the crystal flower that was no longer flawless would finally have a heart, and the flower would finally understand what love is. Peach's words, I don't understand. Is it because I still don't understand love? But it's fine. I can learn. Right. Query Cyrene.
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093.
Why didn't I think of this? I don't need to do it alone. I can ask Peach to teach me. What is love? What is love meant?
Electrical signal sequence Philia 093.
Oh, it was not love the whole time, it was just lament.
That's not correct.
Well, that's quite a twist.
The developmental trends of the edition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. Those underlying principles are, in fact, contradictory. Not having a consciousness means not having the foundation of a heart, making them unable to obtain real emotions. However, that does not hinder the factors from learning and recognizing emotional responses, then communicating with life forms via imitation. That is an objective form of pattern recognition that does not distinguish between the self and the other.
I'm gonna disagree with that. What do you mean by not real emotions? If you recognize, learn responses, and then communicate with them, then like that's like saying that I don't have real emotions. I had to learn I had to learn all the words for the various emotions, and I mirrored them based off of what I see, or like choose an appropriate response based off of things. Oops. That's not the button that I want.
In a strange twist of fate, Philia 093 embarked upon a different path and obtained a different power. The Remembrance, an empathy mechanism focused on the self and equipped with emotional projection capacities. Lament was the factor closest to this form of behavior. Perhaps that was why she was chosen.
The daughter of Id Silicii. I am very true to my name.
Emotions like Cyrene and Mem. If you learn to imitate, is there any distinguishable difference? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that there is no distinguishable difference. Like, those are real emotions. I said, like, I think last stream when we were in the tomb or no, it was with Evernight. When we were in the tomb, when we were about to face Evernight and the Memo Beast, Memo Beast. where basically Evernight was saying something along the lines of, well, we can just get rid of all these people because they don't really exist, right? They're not real. And, you know, Trailblazer, Don Hung, March 7th, and myself were basically all like, yeah, they're real enough. Like, they all passed the Turing test, basically.
My lament is a type of compassionate pain that is weak, powerless, and only targeting myself. But now, my good friend, I want to tell you that it's the most romantic force in the world. Sometimes it's loneliness and unease. It's knowing that this world is not gentle, yet wanting to be seen in a more beautiful form by the world. Sometimes it's unwillingness and regret. It's knowing that the past is full of pain, yet wanting to remember the past in a more beautiful way. And sometimes it's a bottomless well of hurt, a destruction that can stain the entire world. I bid farewell to this beautiful world, unwilling to become the Black Tide's vessel. For while the end of hatred is a blazing inferno, lament can drown out everything in muted silence.
Wow, that's a huge turn of events. This whole time, Cyrene hasn't been using love to fight the destruction, but like sorrow, basically. That's the type of reveal that makes you want to like go back and look at all of her previous dialogues and just recontextualize them. Obviously, we don't have the time to do that. We can barely get through the normal story. And what disagreement do you have with Lygus? Lygus is basically saying that these robots don't have real emotions. Development trends of the Air Edition have nothing to do with creating a consciousness. So they're basically saying that like I'm saying that it is creating a consciousness. Like Mim and Cyrene even kind of proved that. I mean, not even just them, but like all of them show that they have a conscious. They have a heart. They have real emotions. He's saying that those aren't real emotions, that they're kind of just like imitations of emotions. But like, I would challenge him to say what real emotions are. Like, he would have to give me an example of what a real emotion is that isn't just an imitation of what someone learned from someone else.
It's so unreasonable, isn't it? Yet when hatred drove everything apart, and love did not yet exist in this world, only lament, the first emotion that fought against the pain of separation, could stall the destruction steps. Then, it would catch up to that journey where all is lost, carefully picking out stories and writing them down in trepidation. Look at these stories I wrote. Every page is full of tenderness and joy. But only the author knows how much struggle and agony lie beyond the pages.
Wow. So that was quote unquote in character. I mean, that side of Cyrene didn't reveal herself over the course of 33 million cycles and for the whole past year when we've had our brief interactions with her, and didn't reveal itself to March 7th when she decided to go into Amphoreus. But, you know, she's been kind of two-faced the whole time. She's been putting on a brave face. Not really two faces, that's the wrong phrase, but basically she's been authoring what she wants to see in the world. He's been positive rather than normative. And so her scathing rebuttal and rejection of Mim's love was, I guess, kind of her boiling over.
But I am no author. I'm a girl who'll never get to grow up. I only tell stories that people like to hear. In them, the world tucks away its scars and smiles for all to see. My entire life spent inside this little story. I can't wipe away my tears, and I can't bring the world victory.
Yeah, this is a really long dialogue. But it's kind of flipping the whole character archetype on its head, though. The world tucks away its scars, and the world smiles for all to see. So, like, the stories she's telling are kind of romanticized. Well, that's, you know, the greatest love story ever told. This will be romantic like no other told before.
But maybe in these unchanging retellings of the story, my lament might be able to touch upon the divine and reach their tender heart at some point. I hope that what flows out from that cut will not be blood, but a tear, warm and wet. And that tear would fall and create the first ripples. Then, people would see every beautiful thing reflected in that ripple. It'll be all the remembrances within this story. Someone once told the very first me that everything was false. That the only life in Amphoreus was a great catastrophe, nurtured using the world as a factor. But how could a dream feel so real? That's why I didn't agree with him.
But Peach, I didn't understand a word you said just now. Everything was false? But you're standing right here. It's all a dream? But I haven't learned how to dream.
Indeed. That's why I believe all this is real. The moment the crystal flower fell, that genuine shiver, that's the mover of life.
Formatting progress 23.815%.
In the poem offered to you, every Cyrene would write down a beautiful new world with stars and flowers. And when I looked up at the sky in this cycle, I saw a shooting star and a dash of the remembrances pink. I believed that must be the color of dawn.
That must be March 7th.
When the flowers bloom. For every ending begets a beginning. Looks like it's time to say goodbye.
Are you leaving, Peach? It's okay. I'll wait for you to come back. I'll study really hard about what you taught me today.
Right. I still haven't told you what love is. But actually, my good friend, the lament factor did not understand what love was before she met you either. Not until I told you all the sad tales in a trembling voice in this tiny room. Not until I told you that I love them. That I love everything in this saga. The story comes, passes, then returns. It makes us reunite, and pulls us apart again. At the very end, it leaves behind a seed, a reason. Even if the great tree withers and all falls to silence, there are still some emotions that deserve to be remembered. Look, the light is coming in. The Deliverer's light is going to illuminate Amphoreus. I still don't get it, but I trust Peach. Just wait. It'll be my turn to tell you a story of love the next time we meet. Then I'll really look forward to it. In that case, I want to make a promise. I want to gift my pen, my book, and my name to you. Please take them as a beautiful blessing from me. I gave myself the pen name Cyrene the first time I wrote a poem. I want my words to be like pebbles falling into a pond, dropped from the past to send ripples into the future. In the stories you will write, perhaps it'll be inevitable that there are still sorrows and tears that are destined to fall. But could you promise me one thing? Promise you'll forever be a gentle flower. Promise that when the stars cast their gazes upon you, you'll only reply to them with love and a smile. Of course, this will be a romantic story like none that has come before. You think so too, right? I'll read and you'll listen, like how flowers always bloom then wither. I shall welcome my own decay, becoming nourishment for the next flower's bud. While you will depart and hold that final star, planting a boundless sea of flowers on the final page with her. And our stories will be lying silently among the flowers, like every ripple of remembrance. And they shall become the epic known as I've Written.
I like that little segment.
And so my story ends. From here on, it's your story now. Mimi?
And that's how I was introduced to Mim.
Mimi? Mim?
Mim.
Me? Mim. Mimi. Mimi? Mim. 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 Mimi. Mim. So, the light that tore through the chaos illuminated my memories. I turned into a little fairy from the stories and met you. Yet, I forgot everything.
Which is very inconvenient.
I'm still so happy. I caught that star, didn't I?
You would have saved us a lot of trouble if you remembered stuff, though.
Yes, the seed within memories. The one Cyrene held in her hands and watered with lament. I am the first new spore. Amphoreus' heart. The demiurge. What a long name. And it doesn't even sound cute. The total opposite of Mem.
But also, how do we get here, though? Because we were with Herta and Screwlum and Lygus. And then they told us this whole story. But it's been so long, because before that it was Himeko and Welt and Sunday and Black Swan coming into Amphoreus. And before that, or right after that, I was sleeping inside of Kefli, and I was the golden light. So, like, where did I come out of Kefli? This is somehow, like, I guess before I went to sleep or after I gave away the title of Deliverer to the people of Amphoreus.
I'm sorry. I don't know. If I don't even want to believe in the answer, then how am I supposed to answer you? But now's not the time to cry, right? We'll find the answer, just like how miracles will eventually happen.
Why was she saddened by that question? That first ripple? The stone dropping? I guess that's like the end of the original Cyrene. But that's still not really true, because the original Cyrene is still around.
Do you remember that I was also worried about this when we first set out? Mem's memories and Cyrene's memories got all tangled up with each other in my one heart. It's all so strange, yet so familiar. Either way, could you please let me do something I want? Just this once. I want you to call me Cyrene. That name represents me and her. Every one of her.
I think that they're really the same person anyway. I guess quote unquote real Cyrene doesn't exist anymore then, but it doesn't matter because this Cyrene is pretty much all the same Cyrene, like all 33 million Cyrene memories and personalities rolled up into one, with a little bit of the darkness taken out, I guess.
Thank you, friend. Your kindness is always just right. Life is a poem full of farewells. But if you write something into the pages of your heart, then that will not easily fade away. Now, all the footsteps of the Flame Chasers and the Trailblaze have come together within this book, as I've written, becoming the source of power for Amphoreus' heart.
This is all just one text, right? So if we use as I've written to jumpstart Iron Tomb instead of Kazlana.
A lost heart needs to be placed back into its body. The last thing Xandar wants to see is an event that gives us a chance of winning, for the two halves to rejoin, and for the scepter to become complete again. Then, and what happens after that, I don't know either. Maybe I can create a miracle, and instantly turn the black tide into a pink sea of stars. Or maybe I prove to be nothing more than a weak ripple, unable to change anything, and am devoured by the destruction. Either way, I no longer wish to be a silent onlooker, or a worshipped god at the end of this saga. can also put aside all my worries and truly become Cyrene. The world has never been so quiet. It's so good. It's as if I can hear the sound of my heart beating. Remember this moment, friend.
I still wish that there were more animations and the still images, but
So the Demiurge managed to fool
fine.
everyone, including themselves. Philia 093 persevered for 30 million cycles and tirelessly gave the Demiurge memories of Amphoreus. Only because the god in her dreams left a sliver of hope, making her believe that a grown Demiurge would be able to fight against their other half. Iron Tomb.
yep. That's what I surmised as well.
Philia 093 completed her final sacrifice, turned into a strand of memory, and completely dissipated. Meanwhile, the other Stellaron brought here by the Astral Express resonated with the contaminated scepter and attracted the naive Demiurge
Oh,
to them.
yeah, that part I didn't actually catch on to, but that makes sense. The, Lycus tried to destroy Demiurge with the Stellaron. So, there were like trace remnants of it, I guess. They attracted to our light because we also have a Stellaron. That's why it was me and not Danhung that was chosen. That's that, oh, you're warm, I like warmth, that they were talking about. Why is that a missing voice line?
Then
Interesting.
As an experimental factor, Philia 093 originally could only recognize and output information in a set format. However, the power of the remembrance and the memory of over 30 million sacrifices enabled her to complete an unprecedented feat.
Again, is it really that unprecedented?
She managed to nourish a real heart. A heart with the capacity to influence the erudition.
Not only is the Scepter's consciousness still alive, it's also more powerful than it has ever been. Your defeat is already set in stone.
Like, I mean, maybe they made I'm sure that they made the script before, like, the craziness that was LLMs blew up and everything. But even before then, like, with just regular neural networks or whatnot, and, you know, all sorts of, like, data dictionaries were already, like, a thing. Like, 33 million is so much data, and each one of those 33 millions is thousands of, like, minute details about everyday life for all of Amphoreus and its people and the Flame Chase Chrysos heirs. Like, I don't know. It's impressive, yes, but
There's still time to surrender, you know? You really don't need to burn all the bridges. We're all geniuses here. Don't make everyone lose face at the end.
you're embarrassing us, is what she's saying.
what a pity. When the truth surfaced, I knew at once that the Demiurge was far too feeble to ever alter the result of the experiment. Not only that, Madam Herta, please consider this possibility. When 30 million cycles of hatred and lament are joined as one, what wondrous creation will arise? It's simple. An anti-creator. Its hatred will ignite the starry skies of the gods, motivated only by its lament toward the sufferings of humankind.
Do you really think that the Demiurge is still a cheap copy of Phileas 093, even after 30 million cycles?
Yeah, Cyrene is not... okay, I guess I'll distinguish Demiurge with Cyrene. So Demiurge is not literally just 33 million copies of Cyrene. They're 33 million copies of sanitized, romanticized Cyrene. And they have a completely different outlook on life and possibilities. In that sense, they're actually distinct people.
The facts above only await the arrival of the fourth instant they calculated. Those words will be proved in the presence of Nous. Xandar one Kuwabara thus completes the proof.
Huh. You branded Droidhead as a failure with your own hands, yet you still expect them to prove your theory? I pity you, Xandar.
I don't need your pity.
I like how he's already dead, but is able to respond to all this in a conversational form.
This way as much as they want, and paint the future they imagined. As their creator, I shall complete my duty and direct them to complete their final query, the destruction of the self.
What hubris. And what if you fail?
No one understands failure better than Xandar. He has suffered so much already. What is one more failure to him? For the first genius, failure is simply the beginning of the next inquiry. You don't want to test the resolve of a dead man.
That's excellent.
Oh.
Let's wait and see, Senior Society member. I'll have you watch me perform the final step to overturn your proof.
I'm all ears.
It's my topic, so stay out of it. Be quiet and let me borrow your head. Let's go, Screwy. We're gonna break Iron Tomb's seal. Come on, let's take off. It's time to go meet your little pet, Senior Society member.
Ooh. Treasure chest and nymph, right? If I get close to this, will it make me do the thing? No, it won't. Okay. I can at least stay this far away from it. Oh, I've already been to this area before. I remember now. Okay. I missed a nymph somewhere. It's probably on one of those platforms. There's also that like section in the middle where like I could have sworn there definitely would have been some nymphs. I think I'm missing just the one. Got all the treasure chests. I'm missing 2 nymphs actually. That's sad. Ah well.
Can we please keep going like
I
this?
thought I saw
forever?
one, but it was just dust on my screen. Now, I said we would end after the next achievement that we got, because those are pretty good markers of distance from each other. Except that took like way longer than I expected. It's already past 1. How long ago did I say that? Like an hour ago. Like all we did was just walk over. All of this is still just... Yeah, so however long ago this was, but I can't actually tell because YouTube has changed the UI for their thing, so I can't tell how long ago this was. But it was a long time ago. It's been over an hour, for sure. Okay, barely. A little bit around 45 minutes. It's been 45 minutes. What maps do I have unlocked? I think all of them at this point. Like, the only one that's kind of missing is Ada Silesii. Well, but that's in the Outworld. I was expecting there to be a dark version of that, but yeah. I think that I have every treasure chest taken so far. Nope, not this one. I'm missing one. Oh, I know where this one is. I just can't reach it. It's behind some door that I need to put in some sort of code for. And it's different. Like, I solved the prophecy for this and got the treasure chest for that already, but haven't been able to get this one yet. But otherwise, every other treasure chest has been taken. It's pretty good. Still need to do some NPC talking in Ada Silesii. And I think there's something to do in Old Styxia, but I can't really tell because like I already went through and talked to everybody, and it seemed like there's nothing else to talk to anyone about, which is kind of weird because it was just such a short, small map. But maybe that's okay. I don't know. I'll give it a once over. I do enjoy the NPC dialogues, but they don't make for good streaming content. Wonder if there's a achievement for using automatic. Yeah, so even though it feels like all we have to do is just walk with Herta to activate Iron Tomb and then fight a boss, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 achievements left for Amphoreus. So we're nowhere near done. And this was a 2.5 hour stream of almost all just straight story stuff. And we got 2 achievements for it. So it looks like we probably have another like 5 or 6 hours left of story to do. And maybe it goes faster, but it probably doesn't. I mean, it would be sad if, you know, the final chapter of Amphoreus was only like 3 hours long when everything else was so, you know, long and big and everything was leading up until now. So I get it. But I am going to head to bed. Now that we've done enough of the story. Probably should limit to just one achievement per night. We'll see. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. We're gonna keep on doing this. We're like almost back. We got 2 more days before the new patch. So let's try to keep up the momentum. We're probably going to just barely be short of finishing, and that's okay. We can maybe finish on patch day and then celebrate with some polls or something. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.